Perched at the top of the hill, this cute masjid is at the intersection of Realize Road, Lengua, and Fifth Company. Iftar Insights welcomes you to Perry Young ASJA Masjid. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Asma, for the very warm welcome, and Jazakallah khair to the members of this Jamaat who you see flanking us here right now. These are just the early birds, more to come. Jazakallah khair to the members of this Jamaat for a most unique and very heartfelt reception upon arrival here at this beautiful masjid in Perry Young Road. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And welcome to Iftar Insights, the Perry Young Masjid edition. Flanking me to my right here and taking, seated in the hot seat, I should say, is the Imam of this beautiful Jamaat. And not just the Imam of today or in the early days of yesteryear, but the Imam since inception. This masjid has been in existence for roughly just under 5 decades, and this Imam was not just the Imam when it was completed, but the Imam who was also instrumental in turning the sod, first post, I understand, just behind me in this direction. Imam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We have the pleasure today of being in the company of Imam Hassim, as everyone knows him. He is a leadership coach, he is a clinical therapist. For many years he has partnered with many other various Islamic organizations. My first encounter with him would have been through the Fiscal Nix organization and the counseling programs, family and premarital counseling programs, of which he was the main lecturer and the architect of the syllabus and all else that ensued. So I've known the Imam for quite some time, and I can safely say that he has spent, at least for the last 2 decades for which I have known him personally, he has spent that time and more sharing the knowledge that he has accumulated over the course of his lifetime, not just here in Perry Young Road, but all across Trinidad and Tobago, in almost every masjid across Trinidad and Tobago. Imam, it is indeed a pleasure to sit with you and your beautiful Jamaats, and especially to see such a mixed Jamaat in terms of the age groups as well. Is this the youngest member of the Jamaat right now? Who's present here today?
I think so, yeah.
Yes?
We have one at the back also.
And one at the back as well. So we've got some younglings and we've got some not so younglings in our company today. Imam, my question to you firstly is about leadership. How do you remain a leader for 47 plus years outside of an autocratic system, but a leader wherein the membership still look up to you, still respect you, still desire that you continue your leadership stint? What is the secret to this?
Well, assalamu alaikum, and thank you very much for coming, and we want to welcome you and your wife and your camera crew, and it's a pleasure to have you all here at the Perry Young Road Masjid. Special welcome to you all. 47 years as an Imam is not 4 years or 15 years, it's the whole lifetime of someone. And actually it has been my, well, basically my entire life. I must say I have to attribute that longevity, that 47 years, much to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving, this Imam the health and the strength, and I should say the courage, and perhaps, the knowledge to lead. Because knowledge to lead, I believe, part of it comes from Allah besides whatever you may acquire. The other factor, I believe, it has to do with the people. We have a Jamaat here in Perry Young Road. I cannot remember in my 47 years of existence there was ever a meeting held in which it was asked for the Imam to step down. So the cooperation and the love and the admiration, the reverent respect the young and the old have shown, I think that has been the fuel, for my energy to carry on and to move on day to day. Not everybody here is family, but we try to live like family. Whatever it takes for us to live like family and to bond, because I believe the existence of any Jamaat is the ability for its members to unite. So for me to the Jamaat, besides the respect and reverence the Jamaat would have shown, is I've always aspired, to keep the Jamaat together. If we are together, we can do magic. When we are divided, all different type of things come into the ears and the minds of members. So keeping the Jamaat together has been the third factor for my long existence.
Alhamdulillah, would you say that those would still be the same main points that you would want to pass on to the youths who are flanking you if you were to be guiding them and coaching them on their leadership styles for years to come? Or is there anything else that you would want to add to them now, especially in the advent of social media, in the advent of all the geopolitical issues that we face? What exactly would you add to that, which you have already mentioned, to the youth here on how they should approach leadership in this time?
Well, leadership today is different 60 years ago, right? Quite different. Even me myself, I've evolved over the 47 years with new trends and new understanding. One thing that we do as a leader here in Perry Young, and a suggestion to all leaders, is to put people at the center of your undertaking. Don't put yourself, put people. And people means here that people have different aspirations, different emotions, different economic background, different values. Although a Jamaat is an amalgamation of people, but it's an amalgamation of people with different moods, emotions, experiential knowledge. And a leader today has to lead with that understanding that although we are together, every single unit of us, every single member is different and requires different attention, different communication skills. Some people, Iman is very weak. The leader has to understand that you're not speaking to a gathering of people whose Iman is very, very strong. If the person's Iman is weak, I would suggest to the younger ones as we move on, because we won't be here long, you might find that the younger ones not following 100%. They might do some little things that are off. Be careful in the manner in which you correct them. Be more encouraging and more motivated and more, using praise for the good in them rather than looking at all the little faults. They didn't do this, they misbehaved. Be more motivational, because I'll tell all the prospective leaders here, the world outside is such a way. The magnet of the social media and the mundane, the physical world is pulling our young people more than ever. And if we don't use a stronger elastic than the social media and the materialistic world, social magnet and elastic means with love, mercy, understanding, compromising, not compromising the value of your deen, but maybe compromising if they didn't dress properly today. Give in. Don't make it, fixed and, hard on them, because the world out there is very tempting. They will find great comfort in not dressing properly when they go on the outside. So as a leader in the new century, be easy on people. Show more love, show more kindness. And whenever you hear someone leaves a Jamaat, generally speaking, is because you would hear people saying, I went there, but the way they watch me, the way they talk to me, the way they get on with me. So even in our verbal, communication and our echoing that comes from our mouth, I would always suggest be kind, be loving, and be merciful.
So you've heard it here at the Perry Young Masjid, with Allah at the head, with people in your focus, with unity as one of your primary goals, but all of that underscored by an understanding that each of us and each of the members in your flock will be different, and an appreciation for these differences. This, according to the goodly Imam, is what he believes is the mold, the starting mold at least, for good leadership now and continuing well into the future, inshallah. So, any final words, Imam?
Yeah, leadership today has a lot to do with early succession while you're alive. Give young people the opportunity I can't remember when last time I led a Salaat here. I think I forgot to do a Jummah. Maybe, well, yes. We have in this is one of the smallest Jamaat in Trinidad. But I must admit, I think we have, I should say safely, too many people to lead. Because from day one upon leadership, I've given 5, 20, 30 young people the opportunity, encourage them, push them forward even physically. Don't focus on, the little defects in recitation or in calling Yazan. Be more praiseworthy to them. And it has worked very, very well in that the Imam today is an Imam that leads from behind. Even when Tarawih going to sit from behind, Khutbah sit from behind. And sometimes the Jamaat is so well organized and orchestrated that I don't even have to say who called the Azan. I don't even have to say from within the young leaders, there are leaders upon leaders. They sort say, you do it, and the Imam is right there. So I believe leadership today give the young people the opportunity that they deserve to carry on while you're here. If when you pass away you don't do this, there will be great havoc and chaos in terms of continuity and longevity of the Jamaat.
Alhamdulillah, the best succession plan is that of early empowerment, especially for the youth. So on behalf of the Jamaat here at the Perry Young ASJA Masjid in the very beautiful, cozy village of Perry Young, brothers on 3, we're giving everyone salams together. Are you all ready? 1, 2, 3.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The young, fresh faces of Islam here at the Perry Young Masjid. Brothers, Assalamu alaikum. You guys look very excited to be at the masjid. Is this a good place to be for you all? All the time? Let me start on my right. What's your name, bro?
My name is Idris.
Idris, what's it like being a youth at this masjid here in Perry Young?
Well, generally, being a youth is like comfortable, because like everybody in this Jamaat like grew up with each other, and like that increases the comfortability in this mosque, and the amount of chances that the Imam gives us to like do stuff that other Jamaats like don't do is like it helps like enhance us furthermore for like thereafter. So like basically this Jamaat is like actually like most comfortable Jamaat I've been to.
Idris, you're speaking as though the Imam has already started coaching you on how to speak like a leader, brother. Well done. Keep it up. What's your name, my brother?
My name is Zaid.
Zaid, assalamu alaikum. What is your experience here in the masjid? What stands out to you as a youth in this masjid?
Well, my experience in the Perry Young Jamaat is that everyone in Jamaat, they're friendly, they're comfortable to be around. Everyone is like one big family, and nobody actually takes advantage of the youth. Some you might see that everybody don't really like the youth that much, and they give us opportunities to do things which you don't always get a chance to do, like lead salah, all azan, do things around the masjid too that the older ones would do. And basically everyone is like a brotherhood. Us used to be move around together, we work together, we do things together too. So I think it's a very calming thing to be around.
I don't know why I get the impression that you're probably the go-to youth to lead the salah or to call the adhan. Is that the case? That is the case. You spoke like you command respect with just your presence alone, and when you speak, you have reason to speak and you are listened to. Does that happen amongst the youth here?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yes, everybody is shaking their head. I can tell that you're the natural leader in the group, and the fact that you are, and just mentioning that out loud brings so many smiles on these faces here speaks volumes about your character, young man. So I certainly hope that you keep that up. And who is this next young man on my left here?
My name is Iran.
Iran?
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam, Iran. Tell me about your experience under this leader, first of all. Good leader?
Honestly,
You
yeah,
give him a
he's
passing mark
decent leader.
or a distinction?
A distinction.
A distinction. Why is that? What about this leader?
He just listen.
This leader listens?
Just like the Imam.
I thought it's supposed to be the other way around.
Not necessarily.
No?
You gotta listen and lead.
Listen and lead. Listen to the people and lead. Wow. You all have some real leadership potential in this masjid, boy. I am sincerely impressed. Tell me about your experience under the other leader now. You know, the sizable one. Yeah, the sizable one.
Honestly, I wasn't originally from this Jamaat.
Uh-huh.
And he invited me here And since we leave the Al Jamaat and we come in here for the longest time. It's
Alhamdulillah.
just the inclusivity and the opportunities you just get here.
Home is where the heart finds rest, comfort, solace, peace, tranquility, and that is what you get from the Perry Young Jamaat.
Yes, sir.
MashaAllah, that is beautiful. And what about these young boys here? Do you young boys want to say anything? Even salam? Do you want to give salams to anybody? You want to say assalamu alaikum? Okay, I'm telling you, assalamu alaikum. What would you say?
Waalaikumsalam.
Beautiful, 100%. What is your name, big boy? What is your name? What is his name? Ibrahim? Ah, that is a beautiful name. Ibrahim, I would give you the prize for best dress. For sure, for sure, for sure. And what is your name?
Zeke.
Zeke? Zeke, that is a very interesting name. Well, how old are you, by the way?
I am 11.
And what is your experience of an 11-year-old at this masjid? You have fun when you come?
Yeah, I have fun.
And who is the strictest person in the Jamaat?
I don't really have a strictest person in the Jamaat.
If you had to hear somebody's mouth in this Jamaat, who would it be? Would it be the Imam? Would it be the brothers on this side? Or would it be your own parents?
Imam.
The Imam. Ah, we are unearthing some things today. And brother, what is your name?
Leonardo Thomas.
Leonardo, assalamu alaikum. Leonardo, you look very, very reserved, but you look like you also find great comfort in this masjid. Is that a fair statement to make?
Yeah, I would say I actually just became a Muslim this week because of the peace in the month of Ramadan.
MashaAllah, that is such a beautiful, beautiful experience. And is it something that has been knocking at your door for a while, and you were curious, or is it something that just recently happened?
No, actually, I went to a Muslim school, and from there, to the training and stuff I do, and the places that I go, I actually hear a lot of azan calling, and it is very peaceful to hear the sound of the azan, and that's what actually brought me here.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. If that is not dawah right there, then what else is? Jazakallah khair to these young leaders of tomorrow. Islam certainly is in good hands here in the community of Perry Young. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum. Let's touch base with Sister Asma and hear what's happening on the ladies' side here at the Perry Young Jamaat.
Assalamu alaikum once again. I'm here sitting downstairs of the masjid in their dining area with the sisters group. This sister is the one who was chosen to speak because the president across here is a little shy. So, assalamu alaikum, sister.
Walaikum assalam.
Thank you. I would like to know what you all do here as a ladies group. What you do for your Jamaat, what you do for your community.
Well, the ladies group mostly take the lead with most of the things in the mosque.
Most of the things as
in the whole maintenance of the mosque.
Yes.
We relay what needs to be done to the president of the Jamaat, as well as when we have gatherings, we will take the lead in planning alongside guidance from the Imam and the executives from the mosque.
Do you all have any classes that happen here?
We have Islamic classes for children, the Maktab classes, and then we have one-on-one sessions where brothers deal with older brothers, and then we have sisters who go like via telephone call or WhatsApp call and have Islamic classes too as well. We have 2 Islamic scholars who have finished, I think, the Alima course.
Yes.
Yes, so they usually take lead with the classes.
Yeah. And in terms of other, I would say, do you all do anything in terms of other classes to enhance, like cooking classes or anything crafty?
Not
anything along
right
those lines?
now, but we have a lot of other non-religious activities. So just recently, like about 2 weeks back, we had a barbecue to raise funds to do maintenance on the mosque in preparation for Ramadan, to have it paint over, some tiles repair and that kind of thing. We have a lot of activities, religious and non-religious. We have a proper balance to keep the youths entertained and to foster relationships with other teenage members in the mosque. So, they want to come. I have 2 of them. I think they would have spoken to my son upstairs. Right. And some of these things we do. We have an innovative leader our Imam is an innovative leader. And we try to foster a family-like environment in the mosque. So it's not just a place of worship, it's more like a community. And we have individual relationships with everybody in the mosque. We know each other on a personal level.
That's something I actually noticed when I came in. Everybody was, chatting with each other. It felt warm, and everybody seemed to know each other well.
Yeah. So even if we have a visitor, we try to go and introduce ourselves to the visitor and get familiar. So we have that going. That I like the family environment. I could have my children. I live right up the hill, so it's very convenient for me to come to this Jamaat. And I could get the children ready and send them and then come on my own time and know that they will be safe and looked after. Some of the things that we have going on, we have a monthly lecture, and that is where we have imams from here or Huffazes from here or visiting imams come and we have a lecture and we all share a meal together. So that's one thing in the family-like environment, that we share a meal at least one time for the month together. And then the men's group have a Monday Gush program where they go visiting meals around the area, encouraging them to come to us.
Alhamdulillah. So I would say you all have a really well-greased Jamaat and sisters group.
Yes, we do. It's just that it's a small Jamaat, there's not a lot of members and it's not a lot of rich people. So we usually, everything is a group effort. We usually come together. And then some of the other programs we try to do is we had a movie night right here in the mosque. And, we try to encourage birthday celebrations right here. We had a family day. We had a trip to Harry's Water Park. For Christmas, sometime they had a down the islands. I didn't go to that one, but heard good things about it. They hire a bus one time and went to Toko. So, we have a lot of activities that try to keep everybody, all your free time, come spend it still in the right company, And then last year was the first year that we had our outdoor Eid program. And that too was a lot of activities, from the actual Eid Salaat to the khutbah outside and the Perry Young ground, which is not far from here. And then we had non-religious activities, a lot of, we had a pony rides and go-kart rides and bouncy castle, a lot of things to eat and drink. And we did invite a lot of people from the public to non-Muslims to come in and experience what the whole Eid is like. Yeah.
Oh,
and that's one of the things that we have a lot of non-Muslims visiting our Jamaat. So we had a pastor just 2 weeks ago who is also the counselor for this area, and he actually came in and sat for the whole breaking fast and Iftar, and then he went upstairs, saw how the prayers is like upstairs for Maghrib, and he came back and line with us straight up until almost Tawari. So we have a lot of visitors and we encourage them to come and visit and see what the whole process is like.
Alhamdulillah. This is very interesting, and you shared a lot with us here. And for a small Jamaat, a small community, I think you all really have it. You have it right, and maybe some other Jamaats can actually learn from this as well, inshallah.
Jazakallah, sister, for coming to our Jamaat. And
Jazakallah
it's a small token from the sisters in the Jamaat for you.
Thank you very much. It's much appreciated.
Right. So you enjoy your rest of Ramadan.
You too, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Alhamdulillah, good things come in small packages, or so they say, but that has certainly been our experience here at the Perry Young Jamaat. Won't you say what?
I would say exactly that, yes. It's a cute, quaint masjid, and alhamdulillah, we got a lot of information from the sisters. Well, one sister in particular, she spoke on behalf of all of them, and she shared a lot of what they do as a ladies group and for their Jamaat. One thing that we noticed was that when we sat to break fast, there was a little curtain at the side, and it was a blocked off area specifically for the sisters who wear niqab, so when they have to have their meals, they could feel very comfortable to lift their veils. Also, it was placed there for sisters who come with little children and they feel like they don't want their children to be disrupted in the Salaat, so they will come downstairs and they have a couple of toys there that the children can play with as well. And additionally, the sisters who are experiencing their menses and would like to come and listen to the khutbah or listen to Quran while the Tarawih Salah is happening, they too can come into that area and experience all of it. Alhamdulillah.
That is absolutely beautiful. So that's that's only one of the ways that the sisters are central focus here at the masjid.
Yes, because tonight it's men's night at the masjid, and the men actually cook the meal and they are serving the sisters. And not only that, after everyone has eaten, the men will also be cleaning the kitchen.
So they're treating the ladies like royalty again tonight. Have you realized that that seems to be a recurring theme? Almost all the masjids that we visited so far, the women are really treated like royalty. Yeah, Masha Allah, that is such a beautiful thing indeed. We are nearing the end of tonight's presentation. In fact, we have come to the end. As you can see, a beautiful sunset behind us. So from the Iftar Insights team, this is where we say thank you once again for tuning into another presentation of Iftar Insights. We say a special thanks to the Rampadarath family who contributed toward making tonight's episode possible. Jazakallah khair. Continued Ramadan Kareem and blessings to you and your family. And on behalf of my wife, my son, my brother Rohan, and I.
Assalamu alaikum.